In the wild, and there are no rules written in stone, a great white shark can crush bone with a single bite. A tiger can silently take down prey twice its size. A lion can bring an entire buffalo herd to panic. These are Earth's most efficient hunters, and yet, there is a strange pattern in nature. Despite their power, despite being perfectly built for killing, most of these predators do not regularly hunt humans. In fact, in many environments where humans and predators share the same space, encounters happen often, but attacks remain rare. So the question becomes even more interesting. If these animals are capable of killing almost anything in their environment, why do they usually leave humans alone? Is it fear? Is it instinct? Or is there something about humans that simply does not fit into the natural hunting system of Earth's top predators? Because this is where things get unexpected. In rare cases, predators do attack humans, but those cases are the exception, not the rule. So somewhere in between danger and avoidance lies a hidden pattern in nature that most people never notice. And understanding that pattern changes how we see the entire animal kingdom. 2. The reality of human-predator encounters. Across the natural world, predators and humans cross paths far more often than most people realize. In coastal waters, sharks swim close to surfers, divers, and fishermen every single day. In forests and grasslands, bears, wolves, and big cats move through areas where human activity exists. In parts of Africa and Asia, lions and tigers sometimes live just a few kilometers away from villages. And yet, actual attacks remain extremely rare compared to the number of encounters. This creates an important scientific observation. Predators are not actively targeting humans as a primary food source. Instead, most species continue to rely on their natural prey, animals they have evolved alongside for thousands of years. Deer, seals, antelope, wild boar. These animals form the core diet of large predators. Humans do not naturally appear in that system, but this does not mean predators are harmless or confused. It simply means their hunting behavior is shaped by evolution and repetition. They learn what works, they repeat what is efficient, and they avoid what is unfamiliar or risky. That's why in most cases, even apex predators will choose their usual prey over a human encounter. 3. Evolutionary mismatch. Why humans feel unnatural. One of the most important reasons predators rarely target humans is something known in biology as behavioral mismatch. In simple terms, humans do not behave like normal prey animals. Most prey species in nature share predictable traits. They move in consistent patterns. They react with fear in recognizable ways. They often run in predictable directions. They rely on herd behavior. Predators are built to read these signals instantly. But humans break that pattern completely. We stand upright, making our shape unfamiliar. We walk in groups that don't behave like herds. We use tools, fire, and loud sounds. We sometimes face danger instead of running from it. From a predator's perspective, this creates uncertainty. And in the wild, uncertainty is one of the biggest risk factors. A failed hunt is not just a missed meal. It can lead to injury, wasted energy, or even death. So over time, evolution favors predators that make one important decision: avoid targets that are unpredictable. That is why many large predators, even though capable of killing humans, often prefer to stay away unless specific conditions force otherwise. Because in nature, survival is not just about strength, it is about reducing risk. And humans, intentionally or not, often fall into the category of high-risk, unfamiliar prey. 4. When predators do attack humans. Even though attacks are rare, they do happen in the natural world. But what's important is understanding why they happen, because the reasons are usually very specific, not random. In most documented cases, predator attacks on humans fall into a few clear categories. One of the most common is mistaken identity. For example, in low-visibility water, a shark may confuse a swimmer or surfer with a seal. From below, the shape and movement can look similar. In these rare moments, the bite is not hunting behavior in the usual sense, it is an investigation. And once the shark realizes it is not its typical prey, it often leaves. Another situation is defensive behavior. Large predators like bears or big cats may attack if they feel cornered, surprised, or threatened, especially near their territory, cubs, or food source. In these cases, the attack is not about feeding, but about protection. Then there is a less common but serious case, habituation. In some regions where predators are exposed to human food waste or repeated contact with people, they may lose their natural caution. Over time, this can lead to abnormal behavior patterns, where the animal begins to associate humans with food opportunities. This is rare in healthy ecosystems, but it does happen in areas with strong human influence on nature. Finally, there is the most dangerous but least common situation: injury or starvation. An old, sick, or injured predator may struggle to hunt its normal prey. In extreme cases, it may take risks it would normally avoid. But even in all these cases, one pattern stays consistent: Humans are not the preferred target. Attacks are situational, not natural behavior. This is why scientists emphasize that predators are not human hunters by design. They are opportunists reacting to specific environmental conditions. The turning point. What this reveals about nature. When we step back and look at the full picture, something interesting becomes clear. Earth's predators are not chaotic killers. They are highly structured, highly efficient survival systems. Every species has a role in its ecosystem, and every hunting decision is shaped by millions of years of evolution. And humans exist slightly outside that system. We are not typical prey. We are not typical predators either. We exist in a category that nature did not evolve around. That is why most large predators do not actively include humans in their survival strategy. It is not fear in the way humans understand it. It is not aggression either. It is something simpler: efficiency. Nature does not reward unnecessary risk. A predator that makes safe choices survives longer. A predator that experiments with unknown prey risks injury or death. So over time, evolution filters behavior toward stability. That stability is why lions still hunt gazelles, why sharks still hunt fish and seals, why bears still rely on familiar food sources, and why humans, despite being physically vulnerable in many situations, are not commonly part of that equation. Because in nature, the most successful hunter is not the strongest. It is the one that wastes the least energy and takes the fewest risks. Hello, final message. The real relationship between humans and predators. When we look at Earth's deadliest predators, it is easy to imagine conflict. But in reality, most of the time, humans and predators exist in parallel worlds that rarely collide in meaningful ways. We share forests, oceans, and landscapes, but follow different rules of survival. Predators continue to play their essential role in maintaining ecological balance. Humans continue to expand into environments, sometimes carefully, sometimes not. And between these two worlds, most encounters pass without incident. Not because nature is gentle, but because nature is balanced through patterns, limits, and instinct. Understanding this does not remove the danger of wild animals. Instead, it builds respect. Respect for the precision of predators, respect for the complexity of ecosystems, and respect for the fact that survival in the wild is never random. It is always calculated. So the next time you hear about a shark, a lion, or a bear, just remember this. They are not mindless killers. They are specialists shaped by millions of years of evolution, operating within a system built for efficiency, not chaos. And humans, for reasons deeply tied to biology and behavior, usually fall outside their natural targets. If you enjoyed exploring this hidden side of nature, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Hidden Earth, and join us as we uncover more mysteries of the natural world that most people never notice. Because Earth is full of secrets, and we are just beginning to understand them.